follow people like Barack Hussein Obama and you can't show them the truth. That's how they became slaves in the first place. The witch doctors in Africa sold them to the white man, and they refuse to acknowledge it to this very day. Black people still tell that Kunti Kinte lie that white people came and threw a net on them and caught them one by one in the jungle and put 5,000 of them on a ship at one time. It didn't happen that way. It's a lie, but black people fail to recognize it because a slave never looks at the truth.
Bang! Wow.
They sold the Jesse Jacksons, the Al Sharptons, the Barack Hussein Obamas sold black babies into slavery to white slave traders off the west coast of Africa. But to this very day, black people won't acknowledge it. To this very day, black people will not realize.
Hey fam, you are welcome to another video. Today we are going to be reacting to this black pastor who reveals an uncomfortable truth about slavery. So if you want to see what I have to say about this, stick to the end.
You look at the African American people. What you will see are a people that of all the people on the planet have been the easiest people in time and antiquity to enslave. Nobody, no other people, while there have been enslavement, there have been nation capturing nations. When America came here and took this nation from the American Indians, the Navajo, the Arapaho, the Cherokee, the Blackfoot, all of that, America could not enslave the Indians. They wouldn't do it. They would not be slaves. They would not serve the purpose of slave, not even indentured servants. They wouldn't do it. The American Indians would not. It's been tried in France. It's been tried in India with the class systems. It's been tried with peoples all over. Russia has tried it. Nobody has made as good a slave as black people. The ones on the dark continent of Africa, of course they don't call it that anymore. Nobody has been a good a slave as black people. Now, I'm not saying this because I dislike black people. I live in a black skin. I live under, well, I suppose culturally people will identify me as an African American and I live in a black skin. The name that I have, James Manning, comes from the Irish that lived in South Carolina that gave liberty to my father and my mother. But I live in a black skin. I'm not saying the things about black people because I would want to hurt or harm them or not identify with them. I'm saying it because it's historically true. Search the records. When the Jews went into Egypt to be slaves, the quarters, the living quarters, were not the same as were down in the quarters of the slaves here in America. And there was no intermingling of Pharaoh and his army and his people with the Jewish people. The Jews remained pure-blooded Jews. There was no mixture. There was no miscegenation. And there was equity. There were more of servants indentured than they were slaves. And even the boy Moses was found by Pharaoh's daughter floating down the Nile River. She picked him up. Though he was the son of a slave, she picked him up and brought him to Pharaoh's court, and Pharaoh kept him and treated him like it was his own son. Nobody on the planet Earth has ever been as willing a slave as the so-called black man, the so-called African-American man. Nobody. Nobody has ever been. And the reason why the black man has served as a good slave, made a good slave, is because of his mentality. Now, my job is to wake him up. My job is to bring the stark truth that has caused him to behave the way he behaves, live the way he lives, kill and cut and lie and cheat and be dependent. My job is to clean all that up, tear all that up, and make him a man, because he's not a man now. Jesse Jackson is not a man. Al Sharpton is not a man.
Oh, wow.
Black leaders, T.D. Jakes is not a man. Barack Hussein Obama is not a man. They're slaves. They still have the slave mentality. Louis Farrakhan is not a man. They're slaves. They're still slaves. They have not yet, if they were men, then black people would not be living, doing, killing, living at the bottom of the world's social register, have died out. Where there was in 1965, there were 40 million blacks, Afro-Americans, or Negroes in America. Now there are only 30 million. 10 million have died. 2 million are in prison because black people have not become men and women yet. They're still slaves. And the very fact that they follow people like Barack Hussein Obama and you can't show them the truth, that's how they became slaves in the first place. The witch doctors in Africa sold them to the white man, and they refuse to acknowledge it to this very day. Black people still tell that Kunti Kinte lie, that white people came and threw a net on them and caught them one by one in the jungle and put 5,000 of them on a ship at one time. It didn't happen that way. It's a lie, but black people fail to recognize it because a slave never looks at the truth.
Bang!
Wow.
They sold the Jesse Jacksons, the Al Sharptons, the Barack Hussein Obamas, sold black babies into slavery to white slave traders off the west coast of Africa. But to this very day, black people won't acknowledge it. To this very day, black people will not realize they've not built anything. All of their cities are ghettos, filled with crime, laden with darkness and filth when it doesn't have to be that way. Black people could be cleaner, safer, more loyal, more integral. They can be. They don't want to be.
Oh, wow.
They don't want to be. They don't want to be. They enjoy being dependent. They enjoy the lies of the Democratic Party that keeps them dependent. They enjoy hearing somebody say, we'll build a house for you. You don't have to build your own. We'll build a school for you. You don't have to build your own. It's in their hearts. It's a curse. All these groups growing up, white people are the devils, and the Jews, real Jews are the black people. All this confusion, all this prosperity, talking in tongues, blasphemy, Pentecostal, Baptist, Methodist foolishness. Al Sharpton is not a man, he's a slave. Jesse Jackson is not a man, he's a slave. T.D. Jakes is not a man, she's a slave.
She.
Cornel West is not a man, he's a slave.
Oh, wow.
And then you have people like Maya Angelou and Toni Morrison say to you that the first black president was William Jefferson Clinton, even though he's a white man. The slave mentality in the dreadlock wearing Toni Morrison and the dreadlock wearing Maya Angelou wearing their dreadlocks, yet calling the white Bill Clinton a black president. Slave mentality. They're slaves. And needs to stop.
Yeah.
And you need to hear the truth. Now you let another slave, Barack Obama, vote. You voted for him, sold your soul to the devil for him. Well, I'm here to deliver the truth. First of all, black people need to repent and need to stand up in mass and say, thank God for the white America. Thank God that he's allowed you, even in slavery, you're brought here. You got a great chance to live in the greatest nation on the planet. You need to start there, and you better not call me an Uncle Tom or an Uncle Ruckus or Porch Monkey, because I'm telling you the truth. You're never going to get anywhere until you start praising God for being here in America. Oh, well, otherwise we'll send you down to Haiti or send you over there to Zimbabwe that used to be Rhodesia, which used to be a great nation, or send you over there to South Africa, or to Rwanda, or Uganda with Idi Amin, or Monrovia with Master Sergeant Doe. Stop this foolishness. Black people killing one another. You need to thank God, and you need to open your minds to the truth.
Whew.
And I'm going to tell it.
Wow. Wow. Black people, you need to open your mind to the truth. What's a perfect ending? Like, the mind of the black people is just so clogged up. Oh my goodness. Wow. The black man is mentally enslaved, and I totally agree with this man, because if the mind is already enslaved, it's as good as being slaves, and that's a valid point. I'm so happy that he's spitting so much truth in this his message, and it's 100% valid, because the mind of the black man is enslaved to the point that we feel or believe that we are meant to be at the bottom. We cannot achieve anything with the help of another. Our mindsets are brainwashed to a point that we don't even believe in ourselves. That's how I see this whole message. It's so sad and devastating that Africa is one of the most exploited continents in the world, and I totally see that we Africans, we are easy to push around, like we are like a pushover. If we crave for a change in our society, it starts from us trying to fix our mindsets on these things. And most importantly, if we can free ourselves mentally, we'll be free. I repeat, if we can free ourselves mentally, we will be free. And a funny part of this message is that if you look closely and deeply into the things it said, you will see that this actually applies to all skin color, be it white or black, because a slave never look in depth at the truth. Like, okay, anything they say you actually accept. You don't look in depth, you don't investigate, you don't bring your own opinion. That's the mentality of being slaves. I know a certain part of Africa is still practicing slavery. I don't know which countries in particular, but I know Africans still practice slavery. I wish slavery could be aborted as soon as possible. I don't know, it's been ages, but this is still going on. It's still being practiced. When will this all stop? In summary of all this, his message is for all, and there shouldn't be discrimination between any skin color, be it the white or be it the black, because it applies to all and all people of all kind. I don't know if you understand what he said. This is my own take about this. So what's yours? Let's discuss in the comment section. I'll see you all in our next video.